Hey, welcome. It feels like a while since we've done these kind of like face-to-face videos, but I thought that this would be a fun one because I am currently in Nottingham. I came to the art festival called Patchings, and I was expecting it to be like, I guess, more like art demos, but in actuality, it was so much more than that and even better than I could have imagined. So, in this video, I'm going to be sharing some snippets of my time there. I have created a longer, more in depth video for my art members, just in case you want to see more of the demonstrations, the art that I created, the supplies that I took, the full length vlog, if you will. And that's going to be over on Ko-fi, and I'll leave it linked down below in the description just in case you want to join my art membership. It's the perfect place if you are friendly, if you enjoy creating art, enjoy talking about art supplies, and just want to be part of a community. I have also created a live stream video where I highlighted the art supplies that I bought from the festival, as well as the art supplies that I was very kindly gifted by Daniel Smith, which I still can't believe. But for now, let me highlight the festival itself and I guess some of the benefits of attending things like this and some of the inspiration that I got from it that hopefully will also be beneficial for you. I feel like one of the key things is just being able to see and engage with other artists, seeing their art, their process, the materials that they use, the way that they approach creating. One such artist was Tom Shepherd, and I attended 2 of his workshops, which were excellent. And this is just like a small snippet. For a longer one, go to my Ko-fi or check out his website or his new book.
You can always come back in, and this is what I love about this paper. It's an incredibly forgiving paper. If you come into it stays wet a long time, so that in itself is very forgiving. That is the key to watercolour, lots of water, lots of colour, and that buys you time and gives you freedom. And then this paper in particular, it gives you so much time to come in and you can just gently soften edges and blend things much more than a lot of other papers. There's like a softness. When I get a bit too neat, just do a squiggle, and then you're kind of forced to turn that squiggle into something. Then you've got no choice. So.
Here are some more of Tom Shepherd's pieces and his palette, and one of the things that I just really enjoy about his art is just how like expressive and fun and loose it is, and yet how everything is put together. He just has a really great understanding of color. He has a really great understanding of watercolor as a whole and just playing to its strengths. So he plays with all the properties of it, whether it be granulation or translucency, and it was just really interesting to attend both of his workshops and just see how he puts everything together to create these pieces. And I honestly, I didn't even know about him before Patchings, which is crazy because I really enjoy his artwork. Then one of the other benefits of attending this festival was just getting to see all the different art supplies. As I mentioned, Daniel Smith is one of my favorite brands. It's also the brand that Tom Shepherd was using, and Daniel Smith watercolors and gouache were available for a really great price at the art festival. Not only that, but they very kindly gifted me some watercolors, some gouache, and some paper, and I have been loving all of them so much. And then I got some extra supplies as well, and I share more of that in the live stream. One of the other things that really caught my attention was the pan art brushes, and that's because I have a pan art mop brush and it can just hold so much water, but unlike other mop brushes, it actually comes to a really nice fine tip, so you almost get like the benefit of both worlds. So it was really enjoyable to use, and it got me curious about some of the other brushes that they also had. I feel like they are relatively new to the game, and it's always exciting discovering like a brand that's actually really good quality and perhaps hasn't got as much attention as it should have as of yet. So another thing that I really enjoyed, as I mentioned, was just getting to know a little bit more about the artists, looking at their palettes, looking at their artwork, their approach. And then I could not help myself, before I went to the next demonstration, I also decided to go and see some of the art supplies that were on sale. One of them that immediately caught my attention was Wallace Seymour. Quite a few people will know about them. They are wonderful paints that are made in the UK as well. In honesty, I wanted to go. I felt overwhelmed by all the colors. That's why I didn't end up like getting any there and then. I kind of felt like I needed more time to process and figure out which one of these hundreds of tubes I would get. And then when I came back the second day, unfortunately, they had packed up before I could get my hands on any of the colors. But this is definitely like a brand that I want to take some time, think about, look at the different colors that they have, and then select them. As you can see, they are quite like unique and more muted and more natural. And it was lovely because I also got to meet the owner and got to talk through her process in making the watercolors and the pride that she has not only in the brand but in each individual color, the story that they tell. And it was just really really wonderful to see them up close and to get to experience them up close. So Wallace Seymour was one that caught my attention. Obviously Daniel Smith also caught my attention, and I bought quite a few tubes that I share in the live stream and their gouache. And then Hazel Sohn, oh my gosh, I was so excited. I was so excited to meet her. And to give context to this, I absolutely love her artwork. I just think that she has such a great eye for depicting light and for playing with complementary colors, and she gets contrast spot on. And it doesn't matter whether she's painting like an animal from a safari or she's painting like just an everyday scene, she just makes it all look like a masterpiece. I was really I just really enjoy and love her artwork. She has a book that's like the Little Book of Inspiration that I really adore, and it's true to its name. It's small but it's mighty, and it's just packed with information and inspiration and imagery. And in honesty, the reason that I attended this festival was just because I wanted to meet her. So you can imagine my excitement when I actually got to. And to think I almost didn't go. And I've mentioned this in past videos that sometimes when there's something that we want to do that's an investment in ourselves or an investment in our art, there can, or at least for me, be a bit of a resistance of, oh, should I do that? Oh, maybe, you know, I should put the money elsewhere. But I spoke to my mum, really encouraged me, because she was like, well, if you love this artist, you should definitely go. Like, you don't know if she's coming back next year, and so on and so forth. And I'm so glad that I went. I mean, it was a cup filling experience, getting to speak to other artists, getting to speak with makers, getting to see all these different art supplies, both old and new, and to think about my own art practice, and to, yeah, like, it was just a really great day. And I can't emphasize it enough. I think that sometimes it's just so good to find these activities or these things that are cup filling, artist dates, if you will, just things that actually leave you feeling better, more inspired, that just feed into your creativity. And I feel like today, these 2 days were really that, and it's a festival that I really hope to continue to attend in the future, and I'm glad that I am aware of it. So while there, I attended 2 of Tom Shepard's workshops. I attended Hazel Sohn's workshop, got to meet her, bought her books, got signed copies of them as well. I got to see like different art materials. I discovered new paints, I discovered new brushes, new papers, and I just really left feeling super inspired. I tried to create whenever I could, like outside of the festival as well, and it was a truly worthwhile experience. To give context, it was £10 per day, and it's a 3-day event. I only attended 2 of them. For workshops, you pay a separate fee, so there are some free workshops, but there are also some paid workshops. But there's a range of different artists, and there are also artists who are selling their own works, and unfortunately I didn't even get to that part. Like, I think I only saw half of the festival, and there's just so much more to be seen and to be enjoyed for next time. As I mentioned, there were quite a few different art supplies as well. So there were Daniel Smith gouache and watercolor, pan art, paper and brushes. There was St Cuthbert's Mill and all their papers such as Saunders, Bockingford and Milford. There was Rosemary and Co there as well. Pro Art were there, Dale and Rowney were there. There were shops, so some art shops came and they would sell like a range of different art supplies as well. Wallace Seymour was there, which was really nice and cool to see. Hazel Sohn obviously was there. Stores that were also selling art books. There were artists that had their own section where they were selling their artwork or painting live there as well, not as demonstrations but just painting as well. So there was just so much. There was like live bands and food. I would say that if you are going to go yourself, I would recommend bringing cash as well as having card, as quite a few places only took cash. And because of the poor reception, the card readers were sometimes a little bit temperamental. So just be mindful that it is an art festival where you can attend workshops, yes, but you can also buy lots of art supplies, of which quite a few of them, not all, but quite a few of them were really good prices. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. As I've mentioned, I've made some videos to accompany this one, so a fuller length one for my art members, and I'll leave that link down below for you. I've also made a live stream where I shared the art supplies that I bought from this festival, and there's just so much more. But I think ultimately the message is that there are a whole bunch of different activities or artist dates, if you will, that can really be edifying for our art practice, and they don't always cost as much as you think they're going to cost, and still there can sometimes be a resistance. It might be going to the library, it might be going to an art festival or to a museum, or just having a painting date with your friends online on Zoom, as we do with art members. And I think this is just a gentle reminder to seek out these opportunities, because they can truly have such a great beneficial impact for you on your art, whether it be going to workshops as well, because for example Hazel Sohn and Tom Shepherd and even I and Liz Chatterton and all these other artists have these great workshops, and there isn't a workshop I have attended that I have regretted attending till date. I always leave better than I went in, and that's all I can hope for. So if you are still watching, you are a real MVP, and I really, really appreciate you. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and that it has left you with ideas as to what you can do to inspire your own art practice. If you're still watching, let me know by telling me one such activity that you feel will improve your art practice or inspire you further, or a festival or an event or something that you do or can do as an artist date. That way I'll know, you'll know, and everyone who's watching will know that you are a real MVP, and we can continue to inspire each other and our creativity. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.